Welcome back to Unwiring Tech, your go to podcast for understanding the intersection of policy, technology, and society. I'm your host Ranjana, and today we are going to discuss the latest development in the field of AI regulation. Recently, California Governor Gavin Newsom vetoed the groundbreaking AI bill, the Safe and Secure Innovation for Frontier Artificial Intelligence Models Act, also known as SB 1047. This bill aimed to establish some of the first regulations holding AI developers accountable for severe harms caused by their technologies. But it did not make it through. Why did the governor veto the bill and what was there in the bill? Let's talk about this. So, what exactly happened? Governor Gavin Newsom vetoed SB 1047, which was designed to regulate powerful AI models and hold their developers accountable if those models caused significant harm, like mass casualties or property damage exceeding $500 million. Had this bill passed, it would have been one of the first laws in the US to set clear legal standards for AI developers. But here's where things get complicated. While the bill was applauded by some for taking a step towards AI accountability, it also faced fierce criticism from major tech firms like OpenAI, the folks behind ChatGPT, and venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz. Even some prominent Democrats voiced concerns, fearing it could stifle innovation in California, a state known for leading the tech change. Governor Newsom himself called the bill well-intentioned. But ultimately, he believed it went too far. In his statement, Newsom expressed concerns that the legislation would impose stringent standards to even the most basic functions of AI models. He made it clear that regulations should be based on empirical evidence and science, not blanket measures that could slow innovation. Newsom has signed other AI-related bills that target known risks like deepfakes. His argument was very simple. Let's regulate the real dangers, not all technology, just because it's AI. He also expressed a more nuanced concern. He worried that the bill could have a chilling effect on AI development in the state. What does that mean? Essentially, tech companies could become hesitant to innovate if they fear stringent regulations, and it will make it harder to work freely. And for a state like California, which prides itself on being the tech hub of the world, that's a big deal. Now, not everyone agrees with Newsom's decision. Democratic Senator Scott Weiner, the author of SB 1047, did not mince words, calling the veto a setback for everyone who believes in oversight of massive corporations. In his view, this bill was a critical step towards holding tech giants accountable, ensuring that they don't prioritize profits over public safety. On the other hand, Jason Kwon, the chief strategy officer at OpenAI, argued the bill would have slowed down innovation and driven engineers and entrepreneurs out of the state. In a letter opposing legislation, Kwon wrote that SB 1047 would threaten California's growth as a tech leader, leading top talent to look elsewhere for opportunities. This debate highlights a global challenge. How do lawmakers regulate the risks of artificial intelligence without suffocating the very innovation that could shape the future? And here's where it gets even more interesting. Let's discuss what was exactly in SB 1047. Let's break it down. First, it would have required AI developers to ensure their models could not cause catastrophic harm, like massive property damage or even deaths. Second, developers would have been required to implement a kill switch, a way to shut down the technology in emergencies. Companies would need to hire third-party auditors to regularly assess their safety protocols. Whistleblowers' protections would have been put in place for employees who raised safety concerns. The bill would have applied to companies doing business in California with AI models that cost over $100 million to train or $10 million to fine tune. Essentially, it targeted the big players in the AI industry. The bill went through some changes during its drafting process, including the removal of proposal to create a new regulatory agency. Instead, the California Attorney General would have had the power to sue developers for incidents before they occurred. Talk about being proactive. But even with these changes, the bill could not avoid the fate of a veto. This isn't just the case of California. The debate around SB 1047 is emblematic of the broader challenge governments across the world are facing. How do you harness the incredible potential of AI while ensuring that it does not become a danger to society? Lawmakers globally are still figuring this out. Since ChatGPT sparked the generative AI boom 2 years ago, the US has yet to pass any comprehensive federal legislation on AI. And this development shows how difficult it's going to be. So, what's next for AI regulation in California and beyond? Governor Newsom's veto is likely not the end of this conversation. The increasing power of AI and its potential to cause both great benefits and severe harm means that more discussions and legislative proposals are bound to follow. Newsom has expressed interest in finding more science-based, targeted ways to regulate AI. But for now, the tech world continues to race ahead without this particular set of legal guardrails. Will another state or perhaps the federal government step in with its own AI regulation? Will California revisit the idea with a more balanced proposal? Only time will tell. With this, we conclude today's episode of Unwiring Tech. AI is transforming our world at an unprecedented pace, and the need for thoughtful regulation is more important than ever. But striking the right balance between innovation and safety is not an easy task. What do you think? Should AI developers be held more accountable? Or will strict regulations slow down the very progress we need? Let us know your thoughts on social media and stay tuned for more interesting latest trends. See you next time. Thank you so much for joining me on Unwiring Tech.